Hey. Hey, it's Dr. Dwain Woode. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. Here I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and your life, avoid complications, go to the next level. We're creating the life we've always wanted, and we are living limitless lives. And that's right, we're about to start another week in our fasting. We've been having an amazing week so far as we move through this week, starting on Sunday with our strength, strategy, and mindset series. As we continue walking through that bridge to mastery, as we get ready to launch our next 100 days of our Move campaign. On Monday, we had our flagship show, Dwain Woode MD Live, as we kicked off this idea of discipline, right? We often think of discipline as punishment, or discipline as restrictions, or discipline as something being taken away from us, but discipline actually gives freedom. And now we are about to embark on another one of those amazing tools that we've been using, and that's the tool of fasting, as we walk through this process of improving our metabolism. I've got right next to me right here what I'm going to eat, and you guys are going to help me pick it out, help me figure that out, because there's some yeah, we'll take a look at that in a minute. Okay, but whatever platform you're joining us from, whether that's LinkedIn or Instagram or Twitch or Facebook, and of course here on YouTube, we're glad that you're here. If you are joining us and you're one of our accelerator members, community members, we're so excited that you're here, getting a chance to hang out with you and spend this time walking through improving our health together. If you're here because you saw our content in your churches, at your church, you saw it in your doctor's office, you saw it in a community center. Um, we did a community health fair just a couple weeks ago, and so there are people who have joined us and people who have been reaching out to us. Welcome to you as well. Special shout out to our folks from Atlanta Berean in Atlanta, Georgia, Riverside Chapel in Nashville, Tennessee, and of course the Magazine Street Church in Louisville, Kentucky. Thank you guys for coming through, and all of our rest of our community members. If you are here, go ahead and drop where you're joining us from. Where are you watching from? We know we've got people overseas. We got people, of course, here all around the United States, and always excited when you get to come through and get to hang out with us as we move into this path. If you've been with us, or if you're new to us, if you get over to the YouTube channel, you've noticed that there's some changes there. We've made it very simple, streamlined for you. If you're inviting someone, you're sending someone here, when you get there, tell them, go ahead and start in the Start Here playlist. The Start Here playlist gives you the path that we've been on, the things that we teach, those pivotal conversations that we've had as we are working on improving our health, and you want to join in, jump in, and become a part of that. You would go there and walk through the Start Here playlist. There's a free PDF that you can download that walks you through the videos, helps you to understand what you should be getting from those videos, helps you to there's some prompts and some questions and some little activities that you can do. And at the end of that PDF, there is the Limitless Living Commitment Statement, where you get to read through. There's some words there, and you get to say, I am right now making a choice of what I'm going to do for my health, and I'm committing to doing that. And I recommend that you sign that, you date it, and you put it in a frame somewhere, put it on your wall, put it on your counter, put it on your mirror, somewhere where you get to see it on a daily basis, so that you can remember and remind yourself what it is you're committing to doing in terms of your health, okay? And then the second playlist that you'll see there is this week's videos, and that is a list of the videos that we're doing this week. So if you want to know what the conversations are this week, if you want to know what I'm eating for my last meal before I fast, if you want to know what my first meal is going to be, or my first meal is, that I eat after the fast, it will be in this week's videos. Now, that list changes every week, because every week it's this week's video. So if you go next week and you look for this week's, it's not going to be there. If you go this week and look for last week's, it's not going to be there. So this week's videos will be right there, and that's a great place to tell people, hey, go on, see what they're doing. This is the conversation they're having right now, okay? So let's go ahead, and let's go ahead and create our meal, because I want to show you what that is, so we can go ahead and get started eating. I do see some of our community members will do it. Well, let me do that right now. Do a quick shout out. So I see Pamela. Let me go back here. So Pam said I vote for steak. So we were in our community meetup last night, and they were messing at me, saying that was causing them to get hungry. Steve says, let's see, what does Steve say? He says, I've had a craving for jerk chicken since since I heard you talk about it. Much to my excitement, Publix now has it. And they do? What, Steve? Okay, okay. I gotta get over there. I gotta get over there, Steve. So thank you for pointing that out to me. Um, and Bowie says hi. Hey, Bowie, how you doing? Thank you for coming through. Steve saying hello. Cornelia saying hello to everyone. And then Pamela says, "Wow, Steve. Yeah, I know. Isn't that cool? That they have jerk chicken now at Publix, man. Okay, they must be watching my show. Um, I probably didn't know that. And then, of course, Pam saying hi to everyone. Um, Pam says, "Wow." Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and um, see what do we got here for our meal, and let's put it together. Okay, why don't we do that? So let's do this. I'm going to show you what all that looks like. Right. So here I have. Okay, so this came from a restaurant and it says pepper steak, right? And so I wasn't sure what they had, so I ran downstairs really quickly, and this is what we got from downstairs. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put this together. And first, let me move this back, and let's get a plate. Got a plate there. And when we talk about what did we talk about? We talked about making sure that we're doing. Let me change our view, and let's do this one. Okay, so I'm gonna move this over. All right, so Whole Foods first. So let's go ahead and let's do that. So let's see what I haven't even opened these up yet, so I'm not sure what's in them. Let's see, what's this? It looks like this is a roll. Okay, so that's a roll, right? So we're gonna put that back there. And this, I believe it's some pepper steak. Pepper steak. So I'm gonna hold that off to the side for now. And let's go ahead and let's get some of the vegetables in here. Okay, I'm gonna change my view so you guys. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So you get to see more of this. All right, so let's do this first. Clear that off. Let's create this guy. Create it. So I'm gonna get a lot of the lettuce. Actually, let me do this first because it'll be easier. I'm gonna get rid of the onions. Get rid of the onions. And I'm gonna go over here and get rid of the corn. And that way I should be able to just dump most of this into the plate. Okay, get rid of that. Get that out of the way. And you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna actually leave it in this container. I think that's simpler. How about that? What do you guys think? All right, so I'm gonna leave it here and just get rid of the stuff I don't want. And let me get rid of some more of these onions because I'm about to go see some patients. Right? Okay. Yeah, so get rid of those. Okay, so that's a good start. Right, so a bed of lettuce, we got some cheese on there, we've got some black beans, and then now I'm gonna go ahead and get our steak, and this is pepper steak, so it's got some onions on there, which are cooked, so it won't be as bad as the raw onions. Right, so that looks pretty good. And I am not going to not get some of this. Let's move this over this way. And so I'm not gonna get the. I'm gonna get one of these patties. Boom. Okay, and then we'll just move the rest out of the way. And so here is the meal that we just created. I'm not sure what this dressing is, but we're gonna use some of it. They didn't have Or at least they didn't bring my ranch. Let me taste. I'm gonna taste this. Is it sweet? Okay, so it's like a balsamic vinaigrette. It's kind of spicy actually. Ooh, wow, yeah, very spicy. So I'm gonna stop there because I don't want to start coughing. All right, so that is what our salad looks like. Let me go ahead and I'll make that big. Let's see. All right, so this is what we're having. All right, so let's walk through it. So we're talking about balanced bites, and I'm gonna put myself in the low corner here. Hold on a minute. Let's do that. Here we go. All right, so there I am. Okay, so we're talking about balanced bites, and so let's get this stuff off the table. All right. So Whole Foods, remember balanced bites, Whole Foods, and this balanced bites is not this is not a it's not a menu, it's not a recipe, it's not a list of foods, it's not a diet, it's the way that we think about our foods. And as we've been talking this week, we're talking about those three non-negotiables, right? We talked about that last night. Three non-negotiables. What's my food non-negotiable? What's my movement non-negotiable? And what's my mindset non-negotiable? My food non-negotiable is balanced bites. How do I think about the food? Balanced bites and fasting, which right now we're combining both of those. So as we look at this, Whole Foods, and so as I look at this, right, so most of this is Whole Foods. The dressing, of course, the salad dressing, as I talked about before, the cheese is not Whole Foods. The hamburger patty, right, would be not Whole Foods because it was formed. I'm not sure what all they put in it. But the guy downstairs assured me that they've got a new process to do the hamburger patties. They actually make them downstairs, and this is just ground beef. So, so that would be it. Whole Foods, minimize processing. Once again, going back to the same idea that the cheese, and there's some cheese down here. I think that's mozzarella. The cheese would be non-Whole Foods, and of course the salad dressing. Minimize, so no added sugar. So as I look at this, no added sugar in here. The salad dressing probably has a little bit of sugar in it. It wasn't sweet, but it tastes good. So by virtue of that, I'm sure they have some kind of sugar in there. And then, so Whole Foods, minimize processing, no added sugar, lean protein and healthy fats. So I've got some steak there, some pepper steak. The hamburger patty, is it lean? I don't know. But for the most part, lean. Um, Lean protein, healthy fats. I don't have any nuts. I usually have sunflower seeds or some gonzo beans. I do have some beans actually, right? So got that. Um, and the lean protein, healthy fats. I've got some mozzarella cheese in here. Right? Is it healthy? Depending on how they made it. Um, Starchy and non-starchy vegetables. So not a whole lot of starchy vegetables in here. So we've got salad or lettuce. We've got some tomatoes. We've got some onions in there. And notice I took out the corn because the corn is going to spike my blood sugar, and that's just a personal decision. You may decide you want to have that, and there's nothing wrong with it as long as you understand what it does to your blood sugar. Okay, non-starchy, non-starchy vegetables. Portion size. This is probably a bigger portion in terms of the stuff underneath. So I'm not going to end up eating all of that. Like Bowie, I think, pointed out to me was that on Friday that I end up having a lot that I don't eat, and then flavorful. So this is it's going to be tasty. It's going to be flavorful. So I'm excited about that. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's jump in, and let's get that first bite. And so why do I start? Why do I do a salad? I do a salad because the salad gives me bulk. Mm-hmm. Change me over a little bit. Actually, let's do this one. The salad gives me bulk, and the bulk helps me to feel fuller longer as I'm getting into the fast. It gives me my stomach stretch, and when my stomach is stretched, then my brain says, hey, you don't have to eat more. Okay? Remember, it takes about 20 minutes for the signal to get to your brain. So by the time I've gotten through some of the lettuce and the other stuff that's there, if I'm eating more than this, the salad helps me to not eat as much. So whenever I'm eating, my thought is, how do I set myself up for success? Remember, discipline is not about being strong. Come on, man. I want to say that to you. Discipline is not about how strong you are or about how moral you are. Discipline really has to do with how structured and how organized you are. Because there are times when you may not feel like doing something, right? And if you're requiring, or if you're hoping and relying on motivation and, you know, I'm going to love doing this, it's not always going to be there. But you still want to set yourself up so that the things that you want to do, that you need to do, are happening. And that's the idea of discipline. So I start out with a salad. The salad helps me with the amount of food I eat, and then the things that are in the salad, right? This idea of balanced bites, the lean protein, healthy snacks. Those things are designed to help keep me going, so that when I eat protein, the protein, when I eat it, produces something called protein YY. Slows the GI tract. Helps my brain think that I'm fuller. When I eat the lean protein, when I eat the healthy fats, same idea. Produces CCK from the body, from the GI tract. Well, not the GI tract, but in the GI area. I'm not gonna go through where it comes from, but that helps me as well in terms of slowing down my GI tract, sending a signal to my brain. We've talked about ghrelin and leptin in the past. Those are the hunger and satiety hormones. And it helps to regulate that. Yeah, this is so good. Mm, mm, mm. Love it. It's so good. I'm just enjoying the lettuce. Whatever that dressing is, yeah, it's good. It's got to have some sugar in it, y'all. Has to. And it's not sweet. The other reason I like the salad is I like the flavors and the texture and the crunchiness and the soft and the cheese and all the stuff mixed up together. And there's some corn still left in there. We're trying not to get some of that, but what? Pam, Pam said it looks like they gave you a whole onion. um, let's see. Bowie said, "If you don't want your onion rings, I'll take them." So here's the thing: it's not that I don't want them, right? But as you guys know, as I get into the fast, I am trying to make sure that my body can get into ketosis as quickly as possible. So if I eat the onion rings with the breading, that will cause my blood sugars to spike, which will cause my insulin to have to go up, and so on and so forth. And by the way, just before I came on, my CGM was beeping, telling me that my blood sugar was, I think, 69. So when you guys come back tomorrow when we do our chicken, we'll get to see what my blood sugar actually was and how my blood sugar responded to the food that I'm eating right now. Okay, let's see. All right. Delicious, delicious. It is delicious. And I haven't gotten to the hamburger yet, but the guy downstairs, the seasoning that's on it right there, you see the dark stuff, right? That's on the cheese. The guy downstairs, that's his special blend. And whenever he puts it on anything, like I don't care what he puts it on, it is good. It's so good. I actually had him give me some that I have in my office. Mm, that, yeah. I don't know what's in it, but whenever I go down there, I say, hey, can you put some of that stuff on it? He's like, really? I said, yeah, come on, man. Don't be stingy. So if you're fasting with us, today is day number 1 for our fast. We'll be doing a 72-hour fast. Go ahead and say yes. Now, you don't have to be doing a 72-hour fast. You just have to be fasting. So if you're fasting this week, go ahead and drop a yes in the comments. You can be doing a 16-8. You can be doing 24, 36, 48. You can be doing a 72. But are you fasting this week? Okay. And um, make sure you go back and watch our show from last night, our Dwain Woode MD live show, as we introduce our topic for this week, which is discipline. And we introduced the idea of the 3 non-negotiables. 1 non-negotiable for food, 1 for movement, and 1 for mindset. So make sure you get back there and watch that. We'll be talking more about that as we get into the week. Oh, that's a lemon in there, or lime. Yeah, lime wedge. All right, so I see Pam says yes. She's fasting with us this week. If you've been dabbling, if you've been thinking, if you've been wondering, this is a great time to jump in and get started as the community is doing this together. Always a good time to do it in community, do these types of things in community, because it helps us all as we move through this mindset and improving ourselves. Okay, that will do it for us. Delicious. All right, so there we are. You want this one? This is what we have left from the salad that we created. Okay, so still looks pretty good. That's why I said I wasn't going to eat all of it. I may come back and eat maybe this piece of steak. Why don't I do that? That looks good. I'm gonna have that steak. Mm, delicious. Anyway, y'all, as we continue moving through this health space, I want to remind you that you have the ability to make decisions that will chart your health course, that will chart the future of your health. As a matter of fact, discipline is the bridge to your future. The things that you do now, the structures that you put in place, will take you to that direction, take you in that space. And remember, our goal is how do we stay alive as long as possible? And how do we stay as healthy as possible? So that you can do those things you want to do with your family, with your friends, the connection, with the travel, all the amazing things that you want to do in your family. And that's why we're here. And that's what Limitless Living says, that we're not allowing anything from outside or anything from inside to prevent us from doing what we need to do. We're showing up with our best self, our best health, and our best plans, and we are going to be successful. Hey, this is Dr. Dwain Woode. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. Here I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and your life. Avoid complications, go to the next level. We're creating the life we've always wanted, and we are living limitless lives. Now go live a limitless life, and we'll see you next time as we do our check-in tomorrow, and then our show tomorrow night as we move through the rest of the week. Remember, discipline is freedom because it allows you to do what you need to do within that space. All right? Bye-bye, everybody.